Hello and welcome to the second video of this section where we will set up VS Code. If you don't want to use VS Code, then you can skip this video. Firstly, why VS Code? Well, VS Code is the best text editor at our time speaking. It was specially made for web development and has all the necessary packages pre-installed. Besides this, it has a great IntelliSense that's a syntax highlighting and autocomplete, and have a great tool for debugging and built-in Git command. You can customize it how you want, and you can extend its capabilities to work with C++, C#, Python, and many more. Now, in order to install VS Code, just type VS Code on Google and go to their official site. From there, all you have to do is to download it for your machine. VS Code is compatible with all the platforms, so you don't have to worry if you have a Mac or a Linux, because you will be able to install it. After you install VS Code, you should be able to see this. Here is the extensions tab. Before we dive in, I recommend you to install at least one of these extensions, and that's the live server. You can type live server in the search bar and then press enter. Once you find it, go and click install, and after be sure you click reload so you can start using it. This extension allows us to create a live server in our machine for our projects. So every time we save our project, our server reloads automatically, so you don't have to refresh our browser every time. I'll add a list with all the extensions I use for this text editor in the resource tab. After we install live server, then let's take a look at the Explorer tab. Here you can add folders to your workspace. So let's click on this button and add a new folder. Once we've added a new folder, then we can right click on it and create new file. Let's create an HTML and a JS file, for example. Let's say index.html and index.js. Inside the HTML file, I can use a shortcut from the Emmet plugin, which is pre-installed. So I can write the exclamation mark and press tab, and this will create the complete layout of an HTML page. If I want to use the live server on this project, I can do right click on the index.html file because that's the entry point, and then click on open with live server. Let's create a dummy paragraph in our HTML file, and after let's start live server. As you can see, the live server is up, and if I made a change in my HTML file, the server refreshes automatically. Let's take a look at some shortcuts for the JavaScript files now. Let's write this dummy method, which will print a message in the console. Now, if I save and if I open Developers Tools and I go to the console, oh, I forgot to link this JavaScript file to our web page. I can do this by saying script at the end of the body and then press tab, and here to specify the source of our file. And the source of our file is index.js. Okay, now if I save, I will see this message printed in the console. But if I go to the JavaScript file and I want to comment this line, I can use this shortcut, Ctrl+/. Now if I save, I'll no longer see this message printed in the console because this line of code now is commented and the code will not be executed. The last shortcut I want to show you is Ctrl+B, which will close this menu. So if I press Ctrl.B, I can close it or I can open it. Now that's pretty much everything with VS Code. In the next video, we'll set up Chrome and take a look at Developers Tool.